MLB The Show has baseball for you under the lights at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. Tonight we wrap up this three-game series between the Chicago Cubs and the Philadelphia Phillies. We've got baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. Zach Wheeler gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Matt, this guy's one of the best right-handed arms in the game of baseball. I was fortunate to be able to be at Phillies spring training camp a couple of years ago and watched him throw from the bullpen mound, and my mouth just dropped how good this guy is. He has that explosive fastball down in the zone, great assortment of off-speed pitches. This is one of the top pitchers in the game, and if he's on, good luck getting any knocks off this guy.
First offering on its way. Ketel Marte is in to start things off as he looks at a ball to start the inning. 1-0. These Phillies, as they enter play here tonight, fellas, they've been playing better than 500 baseball of late, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
Hey, thanks, Matt. You know what, D-Roy, you got to give this team a lot of credit. They're on the outside looking in on the postseason picture, but boy, they're playing out the string and they're playing out well. They're going to play this thing all the way to the end of the season.
You know, Dan, I can't speak for the pitcher side of it, but I have never been on a team, win, lose, or draw, whether I was going to the postseason or not, that had players that gave away at bats. You just will not see it at this level.
Now that is the way you want to start a game on the road. He comes out swinging and stands at second as the first base runner of the night. Now we'll see if his teammates can pick him up and if they can punch first.
So that'll bring in Teoscar Hernandez as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike one. Looking to get something to the right side with that leadoff man at second to start the ball game. Ready with the 0-1. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike two.
Hey, I thought he was going to work around him right here in this situation. But after getting 2 swinging strikes, there's a change of game plan. I guarantee he's going right after him.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
No, that's down.
Talk about frustrating as a pitcher. You make a great pitch like that, the guy just lays off of it. That barely missed the zone.
Working for the punch out and the offering.
I got to count 2 and 2.
Hey, expect a challenge right here. Does not want to run the count full.
Marte stands at second with no outs. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Oh, man, he's been absolutely getting overmatched at the plate the last couple of games. That's his 5th strikeout in this series alone. So clearly this pitching staff, they figured out how to attack this guy. We'll see if he can make any adjustments.
Here's Corey Seager. As he'll watch a first pitch curveball drop in there for strike 1. The average is at 308 entering play. 31 homers and 83 runs batted in. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Grounded to the right. He'll get to this one deep in the hole. In time to first, and there are 2 away. At the plate now is Nicholas Castellanos. It's been a big season for him in the power department, closing in on a home run title.
Yeah, he's certainly in line for a home run title, but what I love about this guy is the slugging percentage is through the roof. He's leading the league in that category as well.
You know, interesting, in spring training, I had a chance to talk to him, and all he told me was, if you want to slug, we'll slug, and he's slugging.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Strike two taken. A fastball that clips the inside black.
Boy, this is one of those ABs you like to hit the rewind button on. Put himself in a tough spot now, hitting with 2 strikes.
The pause and the 0-2. Hit the other way out toward right field. Harper has a read on it, and that's the 3rd out. Cubs strand 1. Now it'll be the Phillies' turn. No score. Michael Kopech, a right-hander from the state of Texas, is the man on the mound here. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, you take a look at this guy's ERA. Any ERA under 4 is pretty good in this day and age of baseball when we have all these high-scoring, high-flying affairs. This guy knows how to pitch. He knows how to control the running game. And most importantly, he's not afraid to throw strikes. We'll see how he does in this one.
Striding in is D. Strange Gordon. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the 1st. Pitch on the way. Well, guys, as we look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, despite the loss last time out, they enter this one in good shape. Winners in 7 of their last 10.
Yeah, Matty, you can't win when you're giving up that many runs. The pitcher was missing over the heart of the plate, not executing down and away, not brushing back anybody, making anyone feel uncomfortable. Guys were taking huge hacks off him. And to boot, the defense was on its heels.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Down the 3rd baseline. Devers fields it cleanly, and there's 1 away.
Batting second, the 3rd baseman, Alec Bohm.
That brings up Alec Bohm. He enters play at number 6 in National League batting average.
This guy's having a really good year for his age, but this is something we've seen a lot lately. Young players coming up and impacting a lineup.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the 1st pitch. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Hey, love the confidence in that pitch right there, going right after one of the better hitters on this team, not afraid to execute.
The windup and the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now. 0-2. Kopech is an absolute flamethrower, of course. You don't have to watch him long before that radar gun really pops and catches your eye.
This is what we're looking for in today's game. We're looking for velocity, and this guy is V-E-L-O, velo. Lights up a radar gun, and he can hit triple digits, and that's one of the reasons why everybody likes to watch this guy throw.
And a check swing. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. It's ball 1. 1-2. Here it comes.
2-2. Yeah.
Now a fastball. Oh, strike 3 called on a pitch that looked inside. Instead, it's out number 2.
Well, no preferential treatment there. Sometimes we see great hitters have the calls go their way on close pitches, but not this time. I think that was actually a good take, but on 2 strikes, anything that close can go either way.
Here's Bryce Harper now. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. And he's got that batting lineup near the 300 mark entering play. Oh, and 1 the count to Bryce Harper. Two out, nobody on. Stays alive, still 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. The next 0-2 pitch to him misses outside.
Great arm action on that 2-strike changeup right there, but even better job at the plate to take that one.
Late on that one as it's fouled off to the left side.
4 foul balls in this AB. Pitcher cannot find anywhere to go to put this guy away.
Here he comes again, 1-2. And another foul ball. Now another 1-2. On the 8th pitch of the at-bat is the one that finally does it as he wears him down and the inning is over. Phillies down in order, and this is still a 0-0 ball game. New inning set to get underway, and that brings up the third baseman, Rafael Devers. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball, 1-0.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
The 1-0. And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground at the left side. Throw not in time as he's able to leg it out.
I know that has to be frustrating from a pitcher's standpoint, but nice execution, nice hustle. Bottom line, nice hustle. Pitcher's still one good pitch away from getting a double play.
You know, D-Row, one of the things you want to do is make quality pitches as a pitcher, and there's not much you can do right there. You make a pretty good pitch, and the next thing you know, you have a leadoff single on an infield ground ball.
So that brings up the big bat of Joey Gallo. He enters play in the hunt for the league's home run crown, but he'll have some work to do down the stretch. Here's the first pitch to him. Weak roller right side. And he won't even think about second as he'll flip on to first for the sure out.
Batting 7, the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Digging in next, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's 2 for 7 in the series so far. From the stretch.
Hey, when you're featuring a mid-90s fastball like this pitcher, attack with that pitch. Get ahead. Get the offense on their toes. That opens up the off-speed pitches later in the game.
The 0-1 pitch. High in the air into shallow left center. Coming on is McCutchen. He makes the running play. 2 down. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now. So a man at second here with 2 away. And stepping up to hit next, the catcher Wilson Contreras. First pitch on its way. Off the outside that time as the breaking ball can't catch the zone.
I'd be real surprised if he goes back out away there on the mound. This is a count for a fastball challenge, and we'll see if he's ready for it in the box.
Devers at second with 2 down. High in the air out to center field. Center fielder giving chase. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. 1 left for the Cubs. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Here's Andrew McCutchen now. He went deep last night twice.
The left fielder, Andrew McCutchen.
Here's the first pitch. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. Two and 0 now. And set up working the plate is Larry Bullard, as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Hey, D-Roll, Larry Bullard, he's pretty much right down the middle. You see very few managers and players getting into very many confrontations with Larry.
Yeah, Larry lays in the weeds, Dan. Doesn't try and make it about him, and that's what the players love. He's got a pretty consistent strike zone, and he's approachable.
And that's over. 2 and 1.
You could bet he wants that one back at the plate right now. That's a pitch you'd normally see a guy drive if he has the right approach going.
Got him to go after a bad one there, and it evens the count at 2 and 2.
Look at the radar gun on that slider. Off-speed pitch, 91 miles an hour. That's just pure filth.
Here now the 2-2. Guerrero is over to take a look at it. The 2-2 one more time.
Looked like he was cheating a heater right there. A little bit too far out in front. Got to find a way to keep his hands back.
Ground ball sent back up the middle, and the Phillies have their first hit of the ball game. So the Phillies get a man on to start out the inning.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball is going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
That'll bring up Ryan Mountcastle, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He'll come in here at 259. 17 home runs and 71 runs batted in. Oh, he looked like a caveman swinging the club on that one. It's 0-2 now.
Not much you could do with that one. Tied him up in knots.
Swing and a miss as he couldn't connect on the two-seamer, and that's out number 1. Didn't mess around much in that at-bat, Dan.
No, that was pretty impressive, man. I really like a pitcher that trusts and works off his fastball. Right there, he decided he didn't need to use anything else. 3 straight heaters and go grab some bench.
So now to the plate, Didi Gregorius, as he'll take strike 1 on the inside corner. He enters play with an even 50 RBIs to this point. 1 pitch. Back up the middle. And that's through for a hit. Now a long throw to third. And he is in there.
That's got to be frustrating for the pitcher right there. He's well aware of who's having great seasons and who's having the tough seasons at the plate for the opposition. This guy put him in the tough season bucket, and he just gave up a knock to him.
Here now is Adam Hazley. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. And they're runners at the corners now. The 1-0.
2-0.
It's a lot easier to hit when you're putting yourself in good hitters' counts. This guy's done a great job not swinging at pitchers' pitches. And when he's getting the ball in his zone, he's getting the barrel to it. He's been hot lately.
Now the 2-0. 2 balls and a strike to count. And he comes back with 1 down and in for ball 3.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
And it's fouled away. Hit back up the middle. Marte fields it cleanly to second for 1. Relay to first in time, and just like that, the side is retired. 1 pitch, 2 outs. The pitcher's best friend to end the inning. Thursday Night Baseball rolls on. We'll have more after this. So now to the plate, Michael Kopech, as we are all set to begin the 3rd inning in this one.
Michael Kopech.
And the pitch.
Ball that's outside.
The offense better get it going right here, because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
Fouled away. The 1-1. Misses, ball 2.
You certainly know he's not trying to work around the pitcher. But sometimes the hardest thing to do is to throw a strike to a guy that you know won't swing the bat.
And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2.
Hey, that's a heck of a pitch right there. Big velocity up and in for a strike, too. I mean, you saw this guy flinch at the plate. He was thinking that buzzed the tower, but then to get it popped to strike is tough.
Fastball swung on and missed for the first out. So it's back to the top of the order now. That'll bring up the infielder Ketel Marte. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. And he popped him up. Mountcastle trying to get there, and no one can get there. It's a foul ball. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Here's a late swing and a miss. Strike 2.
He got a swing and a miss on that last pitch, but that's not the location he wants to live in against a hitter of this quality. The windup and the 0-2 pitch.
Left side, but well foul. The 0-2 once more. Is taken for ball one. Hard sinker misses 2-2.
Boy, that's a tough pitch to lay off right there, just out of the strike zone. But listen, when you're a 300 hitter, you don't chase a lot of those so-called pitcher's pitches. This guy knows the strike zone.
And a full count as that misses. It's 3-2 now.
Boy, went from being in the driver's seat to now being in some trouble. Had the count 0-2, started nipping at the corners, and the next thing you know, this count stands at 3-2.
Now the payoff pitch home. Fastball too high, ball four.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end and end up walking him than serving on up, or he can really hurt you.
One out, runner at first, and striding into the plate next will be Teoscar Hernandez. He's set. Here it comes.
Ball one. Ball one, no
I
strike.
wonder if that call not going his way right there has anything to do with walking the last guy. We all know umpires don't give you much on the corners if you're not throwing strikes consistently.
Fastball at 96 on the radar gun, and it's 1-1.
Hey, now he's got me confused up here. This is a known sinker baller out on the mound trying to roll a double play, and he throws him a four-seamer.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. Marte, a runner at first with one gone in the inning. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2.
I know he missed with a fastball right there, but this guy's arsenal, you can't figure out what he's trying to do. He's got a lot of different directions he could go in right here.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Now a half swing, but it's strike three anyway, says the home plate umpire, and that's out number 2. Here's Corey Seager, 0 for 1 for him here in this one. From the stretch. Taken, and that one catches the bottom part of the strike zone. Third inning, no score to this point. The 0-1 delivery. Now Corey with a swing and a deep drive to right, but that'll stay in the park as it's off the wall. The relay, but he'll be in there with a double.
Dan, after that base hit right there, he's got a 6-game hitting streak going.
You know what? And this could lead him on to something, some bigger and better things right here. He's been swinging the bat pretty well, and he's been rewarded for it, as you talked about. 6-game hitting streak so far.
Nick Castellanos at the plate now, as he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Count is even 1-1 to Nicholas Castellanos. Second and third, 2 away. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. In there, and it's even now, 2-2.
Definitely a big pitch coming up right here. He's going to be pumped if he can work his way out of this inning with the game still tied.
Struck him out, so they work out of the jam as he strands 2 men in scoring position. Cubs strand a couple. Home half of the 3rd coming up. No score. Bottom of the inning now. And up next, the catcher, Austin Romine.
For the Phillies, the catcher, Austin Romine.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
Man, this pitcher is on right now, pounding the zone, attacking these hitters. He's making it look easy.
The windup and the 0-1. Swing and a line drive. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning.
Hey, nice AB right there. With the pitcher coming to the plate, your job is to get on in front of him. This should be interesting. Does he get the bunt sign? Do we play a little Billy ball and pull it back and try and play chicklets with the 3rd baseman? Let's see what happens.
Standing in now, Zach Wheeler, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. And he fouls this one off. A runner at first with no outs here. Now a swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out. So 4 of the first 7 outs thus far tonight have come via the punch out. And as we call on our list of team leaders, we find that he checks in with the 5th highest total this year on this Cubs ball club. So now here is D. Strange Gordon, grounded out in his last at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at-bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hey. A 1 pitch on its way. And this one's in the dirt, but it won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. Changeup. Good pitch there. 1-2. From the belt, the pitch.
I got the count. 2-2. We got a full count.
Not a bad time right here to put that runner in motion. 3-2 count. You send the runner, and if it's a bad pitch, it's ball 4.
high in the air out to center field.
Waiting on it is Hernandez.
He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Next, here is Alec Bohm. 0 for 1, went down looking his first time up.
Yeah, in today's game, certainly don't get completely reprimanded for too many strikeouts, but no one likes to go down looking. Expect him to be a little bit more aggressive at the dish this AB.
From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
One strike pitch is a fastball high, and that evens things at 1. Into the corner and slicing foul. Romine leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. Swing and a miss, and that's out number 3. Clearly enjoying their time here at the ballpark, as are we. Back with more on a Thursday night following this. All set for the start of the 4th, and digging in is the big-time power threat, Rafael Devers.
The old adage, pitching and defense have been stellar so far. They've certainly kept both offenses in check.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Too high that time with the inning's first pitch. It's ball 1. Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches. This is going to be one of those low-scoring affairs.
That evens it up 1-1. Fouled away. A ball and 2 strikes from Zach Wheeler.
Nope, outside.
Tough to take a pitch like that right there, especially in a 1-2 count. You almost get in that auto swing mode. Great job to work the count back to even.
Here now the 2-2. Doesn't get the zone. Count full now.
Well, that sets up a big pitch right here, Matt, because you don't want to lose the leadoff guy in a scoreless game. It's tough to work around the leadoff walk.
3-2 pitch. Hit hard up the middle. And that one skips up over the wall for a ground rule double.
Well, that will bring a smile to a manager's face every single time. First hitter of the inning just squares it up and bounces it over the fence. Even if it stays in the yard, that's a double either way.
Here's Joey Gallo now.
As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. Up around the letters with that one for ball 2.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone. That's one you normally pop right up.
Now the 2-0 home is swung on and missed, and that's strike 1.
You have to find a way to lay off that low sinker. There is just no way to do any damage. You're just looking at either a bruised shin or a ground out to the left side.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Back goes Harper. On the warning track, he makes the catch. And he'll make it up to third safely here with one away. Now a man at third with one away, and that brings up the big bat of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. First pitch of the AB on its way as he swings and lifts it in the air out to shallow right field. Harper has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner. Digging in will be Wilson Contreras. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. He's set and the pitch. Swung on, but it's pulled foul wide of third. Comes set, the 0-1.
Hey, down 0-2, he better be leery of this guy's nasty changeup. He has the ability to bury it down and away or down and in wherever he wants to, so you got to be on point with this one.
Got him swinging, and that's the third out. Up strand one. On to the bottom of the fourth now, still with no score. Next to dig in will be Bryce Harper. He'll look to get something going here in this scoreless ball game.
The right fielder, Harper.
First pitch on its way. Fouled away.
This guy's been really on point so far, but it's not getting any easier. He has to get through 4, 5, and 6 right here.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Ball one as the changeup misses well off the inside. Fouled off. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him.
Pitching 101 is changing location and upsetting the hitter's timing. You do that, and everything's going to be fine. In that strikeout, he never threw the same pitch twice in a row, and he won the battle because of it.
So the next hitter to dig in will be Andrew McCutchen. As the first pitch here is a bit high, it's ball one. 1 for 1 with a single so far. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Yanked the slider across that time, laid off for a ball.
Like to see him be looking to the opposite field with this next swing. Pitcher's trying to work you away.
Now the 2-0 home. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this is going to wind up a foul ball. Here now the 2-2. Will not catch the zone. Ball 3.
One of the things you want to do with a starter, get that pitch count up. Here's another productive at bat as this count now gets to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Now the payoff pitch home. He swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
Boy, it's been a rough go through these middle innings so far. This offense right now really doesn't have an answer for anything that he's throwing. He's attacking up, down, in and out in the strike zone. He's been awfully dominant up to this point.
So now to the plate, Ryan Mountcastle. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. Trying to avoid becoming the third strikeout victim of the inning here. The windup and the 0-1. 1-1. Now here's the pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. High and deep down the left field line. And that will end up a foul ball. And that misses 2-2. Here's a breaking ball, but it doesn't quite find the strike zone.
What we're seeing here is a really smart at bat. They got to be thinking the man on the mound is getting a little short on gas, so when you go up there and make him throw a bunch of pitches, you're more likely to get a good pitch to hit, or at least force him out of the game.
Good swing just a little early, and he'll see another payoff pitch. Swung on and hit pretty well out to deep left field. And what an effort on the running play to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. Through 4, still tied, 0-0. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And one thing he stressed to me was the need for them to have better at-bats when they've got runners on base. They've had their opportunities with runners in scoring position, but still have 0 hits to show for it in those situations. He said repeatedly not coming through with a big hit can wear on you as a team, but in this sport, you have to dwell on the positives. He's confident they'll find a way to break through sooner or later.
The pitcher.
All right, thanks, Heidi.
Kopech.
Here's the first pitch to him. Takes this the other way to right. And the pitcher's got himself a base hit.
Hey, this is perfect storm right here. This is how big innings start. You put a crooked number up on the board when the pitcher leads off an inning with a huge knock.
And that'll bring in the middle infielder, Ketel Marte. Now, oh my, this ball is crushed. Look at it go. And they take the lead. It's gone. So a 2-run homer down the line in right field. Number 23 for him thus far, as the Cubs are out in front now 2-0.
Yeah, it's a long season with a lot of peaks and valleys, but he's getting hot here in September. That bodes well for him and his team as things crank up in October. We'll see if he can stay hot when it matters the most.
Teoscar Hernandez digging in now. And Dan, after that home run, it looks like they might be able to end this losing streak that they've been mired in.
Yeah, and a win at this level feels really good, especially when it's been a while. They're on their way if they can play well the rest of the game.
First pitch of the AB on its way. As he'll take a look at ball one.
If you're on the mound right here, you got to trust your catcher and execute. You know who's coming up to the plate.
The 1-0 home. Is a fastball well off the plate, but offered at for a strike.
He's staring a hat trick in the face right now after that swing. He has just got to find a way to zone up a little bit more. You cannot expect to make solid contact chasing stuff outside the zone.
Outside, 2-1.
A couple of strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at bat, trying to get ahead and put himself in a good hitter's count.
The 2-1 home.
Nope.
They know the threat this guy poses at the plate. I know it's a 3-1 in this situation right here, but I cannot believe for the life of me this pitcher is going to come anywhere near the middle of the zone.
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. Fastball too low, and that's ball 4.
As the pitching coach heads out to the mound, I think this is probably just a case of giving your guy a chance to catch his breath, pump him up a little bit, let him know that he's got it under control.
Next to dig in, Corey Seager. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. First offering on its way. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1.
Hey, this pitcher's going to have to step off the mound right here and refocus. Take a deep breath, something. Can't keep falling behind and creating traffic. It puts everybody on edge, not only himself, his defense, and especially his manager.
The 1-0 home. Now here's a ball hit high and deep to straightaway right field. Back goes Harper. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. So it's a 2-run homer for Corey Seager. 32 now for the season. And with it, the Cubs have moved out in front now 4-0.
Another excellent swing right there. That's multiple home runs in the same inning. Watch yourself. You're missing over the heart of the plate.
The right fielder,
Nick Castellanos now. As he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1.
This is a situation where you almost have to play mind tricks on yourself if you're out there on the mound. 4 runs have come across already this inning, but now the bases are empty. He's not in danger anymore, so he's just got to tell himself he's doing fine, and he just needs to get this inning over with.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1.
Now for 4 innings, he was great. But here in the 5th, he looks like a completely different guy out there. That happens a lot when a pitcher is facing batters for the 2nd or 3rd time in a game.
And it's 1-2. Now some movement out in the Phillies bullpen as a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen. 4 runs here in this half inning. And he fouls this one off. Trying to send him packing for the 2nd time. 2-2.
Well, I'll tell you, if he wants to turn things around, that pitch is one he's going to have to start locating a lot better.
it's fouled away. Here's a looping fly ball out to right. Strange Gordon backs up a bit and he takes charge for the first out. Here now is Rafael Devers. He's got hits in both of his at-bats so far in this one. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. As he takes a called strike at the knees, it's 0-1.
He hasn't thrown that pitch much all game. I got to believe as an offense, you just got to throw that pitch away and move on to the next one.
He takes it to the opposite field, high and deep to left. And it's gone as they add still another. It's a solo home run for Rafael Devers, number 36 on the year for him. And the Cubs have now opened this up to a 5-0 lead.
Boy, this guy's hot right now. Hit a bomb yesterday and hit another tape measure shot today. When he gets hot, he hits them in bunches. This could be the beginning of one of those extended hot streaks.
Here's the Philadelphia manager on his way out to the mound now. And that is going to be all for Zach Wheeler. So he'll make his way to the dugout after working just 4 1/3, and he just didn't have his best stuff in this one. Adonis Medina, 6'1" right-hander, will be the one to get the call from the bullpen here.
Number 77, Tony.
At the plate, Joey Gallo. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. High fly ball out to straightaway center. And this is hauled in just shy of the track out there for out number 2. So his day fully over now as you get a look at the pitching line for the Phillies starter. Certainly not the night he wanted to have.
Well, this one's really easy to dissect. Too many pitches left over the heart of the plate. 3 bombs allowed in this one. He's going to have to do a better job of throwing quality pitches down the road.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch.
Nope.
5 runs, 8 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Now it's 2-0. They get him off balance there as he reaches for that one, but can't find it. It's 2-1.
Man, I really don't know how you swing at that. He must have had his mind up he was going to swing as soon as the ball came out of the pitcher's hand.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Taken, strike 2.
That's the exact spot to lean on as a reliever. As a hitter, you just have to tip your cap and look for the next one.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Outside and a full count, 3-2.
Wow, talk about a waste pitch on 2-2. That one wasn't even close. I don't know anyone that would have swung at that pitch.
The 3-2 pitch. fastball misses there, ball 4.
The catcher, number 40, Wilson.
Runner at first with 2 gone in the inning, and Wilson Contreras digs in at the plate. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
And when you're already down 5, the last thing you want to do is fall behind in the count when you're on the mound. That's not going to do anything to help you get back into this thing.
The 1-0 delivery. Nearly got the inside, but ruled a ball.
Well, you see this a lot. A guy comes out of the bullpen throwing bullets, but he has a tough time finding the zone. Trust me, velocity is a great weapon if the hitters are tempted to swing.
And he gets this fastball over. It's 2-1.
Great job of doubling up with a fastball inside. A lot of times you'll see a pitcher go in there, but they won't go back in there a second time. This guy's not afraid to pitch inside.
And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1. Guerrero is off at first with 2 away. Clearly off with his timing on that one, a swinging strike.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. Lots of possible outcomes on this pitch.
Ready now with the payoff pitch. Hit in the air down the left field line. But this will wind up being a foul ball. The 3-2 one more time. And he misses again. Ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on ball.
That's a nice job to work that walk right there. Even if it doesn't lead to anything on the scoreboard this inning, it prevents the pitcher from having to lead off in the next one. Just one of those small things that might go unnoticed, but in the end, make a big difference.
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. 2 men are on with 2 men out. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
Hey, I know it's the pitcher at the plate, but he's going to grind it out right here. He's got a chance to help himself, and nothing's a bigger backbreaker to a team than watching the pitcher drive in a run.
And strike 3 there as they'll finally work out of the inning as the side is retired. So they really tee off here for 5 runs in the inning, thanks in large part to 3 big flies. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Cubs 5 and the Phillies nothing. And we're back from Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. Let's check in with Heidi Watney.
Matt, I had a chance to catch up with manager Joe Girardi during the commercial break about the Phillies offense. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said their pitch selection has been the main reason for their struggles today, as far too often they've been swinging at pitches outside the strike zone. That's leading to a lot of soft contact and easy outs. So the focus going forward is on shrinking the zone and forcing the opposing pitching to throw more strikes.
Here we go.
All right, Heidi, thank you.
The shortstop, Gregorius.
Now the first pitch. Didi Gregorius is at the plate as he watches ball 1.
Good fastball there. Didn't get the swing, but the guy at the plate isn't someone who chases many bad pitches.
The 1-0.
2 balls, no strike.
Hey, always a good idea to take a couple of pitches when you're facing a young arm like this one. And now he's put himself in a real good hitter's count.
Now the 2-0. Too tight with
Ball
that
back
one. 3-0.
Hey, he's had great command all day. Want to see how aggressive he is in the zone with a 3-ball count.
And that misses ball 4 now. It's a leadoff walk to get the home half of the 5th underway.
Well, they haven't been able to scratch a run across yet, so maybe this walk will jumpstart their offense a little bit.
And now in the box, Adam Hazley. And after that quick walk, is it fair to wonder if this starter is beginning to show signs of getting tired?
Yeah, that could be the case, Matty. Sometimes you just...
First pitch on its way.
1-0.
He's certainly searching out there on the mound. 5 straight balls in a row. You have to take a strike as a hitter right here.
Fastball, and that thing got up there at 95 miles an hour. A ball and a strike. And that's into the corner, a foul ball and right.
Just not able to let that breaking ball travel enough right there. You could see his eyes light up when that popped out of the pitcher's hands, and he just hooked it foul.
On the ground to second base. This could be 2. 1 there. On to first, and they get the double play.
Nice job on the mound to bounce back from the leadoff walk. Those are usually pretty costly, but that won't be the case this time after the 2-ball.
Into the box, Austin Romine. As he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Pulls this one in the air out to left. And no trouble for him as he makes the catch to end the inning. Phillies go down quietly there. Need to get it going soon. It's 5-0. Top half of the 6th about to get started. And that'll bring up the infielder Ketel Marte.
And that home run he hit his last time up, he isn't going to forget about any time soon. He absolutely destroyed a fastball.
And now the first pitch. As he'll take a breaking ball too low, and it's 1-0. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Back goes Harper on the warning track. He makes the catch. So stepping in is Teoscar Hernandez. And now the first pitch.
Ball one, no strike.
The 1-0. Fouled away. Now the 1-1 pitch is taken for ball 2. Swing and oh my, hit him with the hind into the second deck and gone. So a solo shot here to left center field. 29 home runs for him on the year. As they pile on, it's now 6-0. The long ball is playing in this one. That was the 4th blast of the game so far for this lineup. Dan, D-Row, what are your thoughts on what they're doing as a team so far?
Matty V, D-Row, I don't know what you think, but this is like crazy. 4th round triple of the game so far.
They're missing over the heart of the plate, not using the quadrants. In the hitters meeting, they focused on this stuff. They thought these guys could miss middle, and that's exactly what's happening.
Corey Seager stands in as he looks at a called strike. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Good changeup there as he takes command. 0-2.
This batter's got to be in his head right here. This is where you need to regroup. Fastball in, now change up down the way. This is the cat and mouse that I love about the game.
Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
Every pitcher gives up home runs, some more than others, but the best ones forget about them as soon as the next guy digs into the batter's box. He showed me a lot right there by going after the next hitter and striking him out on only 3 pitches.
Into the box now, Nicholas Castellanos. As the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. A ball and a strike.
Hey, that's just a nice get-me-over curveball there to steal a strike. I don't think he was looking for that one.
Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Good eye to lay off the slider there, and he works it to full 3-2 here. Rafael Devers would be next. 3-2 pitch. Now a changeup just off the plate as that misses for ball 4.
Well, it's obvious that earlier home run he gave up is still on his mind. He had him 3-2, but he didn't want to give him anything over the heart of the plate to hit, so we'll see if that walk comes back to hurt him.
So next to bat will be Rafael Devers. 3 hits in 3 trips to the plate for him so far. First pitch coming. Here it is. As he'll look at a fastball too high for ball 1.
I'll tell you, it's a helpless feeling for a manager or a pitching coach when your pitchers are having a really hard time throwing strikes. What are you supposed to do other than keep trying new guys until someone starts attacking the zone?
And here's a fastball inside as the count moves to 2-0 now.
When you're down 6 on the mound, you got to at least throw strikes here.
Castellanos, the runner at first with 2 gone. In the dirt. It's 3-0 now.
Looks like that bomb earlier in the inning kind of put this pitcher on the defensive. Not being very aggressive right now.
And that's finally over for a strike.
Got to believe he had the green light in that situation. 2 outs, 3-0 count. This guy can certainly handle the bat. That's a perfect situation to let him loose. But I love the fact that he's keyholed in a certain area, and it wasn't what he was looking for.
And the count will be full.
Good spot for an RBI. Put the ball in play with the runner in motion. He could score all the way from first.
Now the 3-2 pitch. And there's ball 4 as this one gets away a bit.
Right about now, the manager's questioning his decision to bring this guy in. If you can't trust a reliever to throw strikes, you can't trust him at all. We'll see if he comes to get him sooner than later.
So next to hit is Joey Gallo. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And this is taken outside for ball 1.
He's already walked 2 in this inning already. This guy just can't seem to find the strike zone.
The 1-0 delivery. Oh, and he had him guessing there, and it's a ball and a strike.
Might have to change your game plan in the box right here. If he's going to pound away, might have to work the opposite field.
2 down, runners at first and second.
Nope.
Inside and low, 2-1.
Hey, time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
The 2-1 is a changeup that's looked at for a ball.
2 on, 2 out with a base open here as a pitcher. You have to be awful careful. You just don't want to groove something here and give this guy a pitch that he can hit one out of the park on.
Fouled off. 2 men are on with 2 men out. Hit hard on the ground to short. Gregorius has it, and he'll go the short way to retire the side. But add on 1 more as the solo shot stretches their lead even further. Bottom of the 6th is straight ahead. It's the Cubs 6 and the Phillies nothing. Sheen Segura is going to come off the bench as he'll be asked to lead off the bottom of inning number 6. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch.
A swing and lift the ball fouled off to the left and out of play.
He'll step in here at 275. A dozen home runs and 59 RBIs. Good slider there, but laid off and called the ball low. Tries to change up on him there, but it's a ball, 2-1. Into the windup and the pitch.
At the ball.
good job to work the count and put himself back in the driver's seat. Started off with 1 strike, and now he's got the count in his favor, 3-1.
The 3-1. So the leadoff man will head down to first on ball 4 to start the bottom of the 6th.
And that's what you want from your leadoff hitter. Shows some great patience and discipline, making the pitcher labor to start the game. The result is a leadoff walk and a chance to make some early noise.
The Chicago skipper now up out of the dugout on his way to the mound, and it looks as though that's going to be all for his starter here tonight. So he winds up going just 5+ innings, but he was mostly effective, as he will be in line for the victory should the lead hold up. Jason Adams takes over on the mound here with nobody out in the 6th inning.
Number 60, Jason Adams.
To the plate now, D. Strange Gordon. As he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. Adam originally hails from Kansas. He was a 5th-round pick back in the 2010 first-year player draft.
Hey, nothing has been handed to this guy. Drafted in the middle rounds, and he has found his way in the big leagues. This has turned out to be a really nice pick.
A ball and a strike to the Phillies leadoff man.
Got to believe the pitcher's going to trust his defense right here. Look for something down in his zone to induce a ground ball double play.
A bouncer up the middle. There's one. On to first, so he comes right out of the bullpen and gets the double play.
We don't get to see the glove tossing up, but boy, it can really help save some time, and it looks good to boot. That's smooth.
At the plate now, Alec Bohm. Now a ball lined to the left side. But a foul ball here, 0-1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Little chopper back to the mound. Throw cleanly into first, and that ends the inning. Down quickly go the Phillies. They still find themselves down 6-zip. Christopher Sanchez comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. All set for the start of the inning, and next to bat will be the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Pitch on the way. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Sanchez, a 22-year-old. This is his first year at the big league level. Now the 1-1 pitch. Misses for the second ball. Turned on, but that's ripped foul down the third baseline. High and deep down the left field line. And it's a foul ball. Two and two count. Here it comes.
We got full count.
Skied into straightaway right. Under it is Harper, and Bryce has got it for the first out. Next to hit will be Wilson Contreras. No hits to this point. Now the pitch. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike. 0-1. And there's ball 1. A ball and 2 strikes now. The 1-2. Good changeup in the dirt. Strike 3. And he makes the throw to first. Contreras is retired. 2 down now.
Well, you know you made a real nice pitch when you bounce it in the dirt and you still get the hitter to swing at it. That tells me that there's a lot of deception in that pitch right now.
Stepping in now, Jason Adam. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He's newly entered into the ball game, so this will be his first trip to the plate here in inning number 7. The windup and the 0-1. 2 out, nobody on. Cubs pitcher at the plate, trailing with a 1-2 count.
Talk about stopping the bleeding right here. This guy has come in and just executed everything he's wanted to against this offense. Nice to settle the boys down, maybe regroup, and we can get the bats going.
Swinging a ball hit on the ground. The next 1-2 pitch. Down the left field line and deep. And it's a foul ball. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And that one misses badly. It's ball 2. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. Here's another 2-2. On the 8th pitch of the at-bat is the one that finally does it as he wears him down and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs, but they're on top by a count of 6-0. Now to the plate, Bryce Harper will try and get something started in the home half of the 7th.
The right fielder, Bryce Harper.
It's ready. Here's the first pitch as he lifts it in the air to right field. Long run for the right fielder. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Andrew McCutchen. He's 1 for 2 in the ballgame. From the stretch. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
Hey, either this hitter needs a cup of coffee or he was sitting off speed right there.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch.
Ball. 1-1.
Now a breaking ball, but it's low. Two-one pitch is a fastball off the plate away, and it's 3-1 now. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. McCutchen will take one that misses. It's ball 4.
The hitter was dug in looking for something to hit, but he would have needed a telephone pole to hit that thing way out of the zone.
So now into the box is Ryan Mountcastle. 0 for 2 for him to this point. From the stretch. And he waves at a curveball there. No balls and a strike. Here comes the 0-1. Now a double play ball here as this is on the ground to third. Marte for 1. On to first, it's a double play as their woes continue. The inning is over. Phillies go down quietly there. They won't make a dent in a 6-0 deficit. Ready to begin the 8th, and that'll give way to the veteran second baseman, Ketel Marte. First pitch on its way. And that's inside for a ball. 1-0. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. McCutchen on the move. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out. Next, it'll be Teoscar Hernandez. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point.
Yeah, he absolutely torched the fastball his last time up. Pretty much a no-doubter, so he's got to be feeling pretty confident right here.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. According to the career numbers on the back of his baseball card, Hernandez has just over 100 career home runs to his credit. The 0-1. Line to the right side. And a knock for him this time. He's 2 for 4 for the game.
Hey, that was a nasty backdoor slider right there, but he was able to stay tucked and drive that baseball the other way.
Next at the plate will be Corey Seager as he will take a look at a fastball in there as that strike zone expands just a little. It's 0-1. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point. The 0-1 pitch.
Nope. Ball 1. 1-1.
Hernandez stands at first with 1 out. Now Corey with a swing and a deep drive to right.
And gone up into the second deck.
So a two-run homer down the line in right field, his second home run of the game, as they've widened this lead to 8 now. These guys are really putting on a show here. That dinger brings the total up to 5 for the game so far. Amazing stuff today, guys.
Yeah, Matty B, how about this, D-Row? If you come to watch offense, you've picked the right game to come and see.
5 bombs from one team. Everybody in the lineup. They're making fun right now of the guys who don't have a homer in this one.
Swing and a drive. This one's deep to right, and that is off the wall. The throw into second, and he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
Now batting, the third baseman.
When you play with fire, you have to expect to get burned once in a while. He's about as hot as you can get right now. They continue to pitch to him, and he continues to make them pay. Nice double off the wall here.
Archie Bradley comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one.
Archie Bradley.
Rafael Devers the next to bat. Popped him up. Mountcastle is there for it. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. So here is Joey Gallo, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. First pitch on its way.
Ball, that's out.
Now some action in the Phillies bullpen as a right-hander begins to crank it up out there. The 1-0 finds the zone, strike 1. Now the 1-1 pitch is looked at for ball number 2. 3-1 to the Cubs left fielder.
And when you're already down by a bunch, this is where a guy's got to take some responsibility out there and at least start throwing some strikes.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
We got 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Now the payoff pitch home. Gallo swings, and this one is crushed out to right field. And that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. Joey Gallo with a 2-run shot, and even 40 home runs on the year for him now as the blowout continues. Guys, you believe what we're seeing here today? With 6 home runs so far, this lineup is turning in a performance for the ages at the plate.
Matty, this is crazy. Dan, what does the pitching coach say at this point?
Right now, the only thing he can't say is pick up that bullpen phone and look for reinforcements, because this has gotten really ugly, and this is a nightmare for a pitching coach.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is next as he finds himself behind 0-1. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Hazley is there to put it away and finally put an end to the inning. So 4 runs in the inning, and they come on the strength of the 2 big flies. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the Cubbies 10 and the Phillies nothing. Now to bat, Didi Gregorius. His career numbers in this matchup, he's 0 for 5.
The shortstop, Didi Gregorius.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
Hey, there's an old saying in baseball, you need to take a strike in this spot. Well, he got one there. Now he just needs to find a way to get on.
Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. Now the pitch. And he misses 2-1.
The count is 2-1.
Now here it comes.
Ball
Too high
3.
that time, and it's 3-1. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now.
I know he fouled that pitch off right there, but he was definitely out in front. He was cheating to a heater, no question about it.
And he fouls this one off. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Another full count pitch home. And it's fouled away. Once again a 3-2. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul.
Are you serious right here? This is becoming a joke. 8 foul balls in a row. This guy is in auto swing mode. This pitcher could throw this thing anywhere, and he's pulling the trigger on it.
Bounced weakly near the plate. And that's out number 1. Into the box, Adam Hazley. He was a double play victim last time around.
Yeah, rolling into a 2-ball will eat at you for the rest of the game at least, so you know he wants to make up for it right here.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch.
Ball 1.
1 out, nobody on. Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. And here's a fastball not close as he runs it to 2-1 now. Weak grounder down the first baseline, but this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Gallo is in his tracks now as he makes the catch for out number 2. Next to stand in is Austin Romine. Flew out last time up. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch.
Off the plate, ball 1.
And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. And here's a fastball that's nowhere near the zone. It's 2-0 now. Now here it comes.
Ball, that's out.
Well, he knows it, but this is the kind of guy you just have to go right after. He's not the biggest threat with the bat, so it's time to challenge him right here.
Here it comes, the 3-0. And this is taken here for ball 4. Just the second walk he's allowed into his 8th inning of work. Reese Hoskins will look for some 2-out magic here as he'll pinch hit with 2 gone and a runner at first. He's set. Here it comes. As he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. 249 the average coming in. 15 long balls and 58 runs batted in. A swing by Hoskins, and this is driven to deep left. And this one is gone. A home run. So a 2-run homer down the line in left. Home run number 16 for him on the year. And they're now on the board, though still well behind.
Well, he thought he was just about out of this inning. When the ball leaves the bat and he's thinking, please go foul. But no such luck. Right off the foul pole for a 2-run homer. Sometimes this sport just isn't fair.
Second baseman.
In now, D. Strange Gordon, as he'll take a look at his strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Not close with the off-speed pitch taken for a ball. The 1-1 home is a fastball in off the plate for a ball. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And this one's going to bounce up to the plate. An easy take there, and it's 3-1 now. Alec Bohm would be next. Set. Here's the 3-1. That's lifted the other way out to left. Gallo is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. But the fighting strike for a pair, both coming on this 2-run home run. On to the 9th inning now from Citizens Bank Park. It's now a 10-2 ball game. Hector Neris enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is.
Hector.
Catcher Wilson Contreras. He went down on strikes last time up.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
And a swing from him yields a foul pop out of play to the right. Just off the outside as he can't catch the corner. Neris, a native of the Dominican Republic. He's in the midst of his 8th major league season. The 1-1. And look out. He has to back away there and then give a little glare out to the mound. It's ball 2.
Not sure if that was a purpose pitch or not, but I liked it. As a pitcher, sometimes you've got to be willing to back the guy off the plate by running something hard inside. You can't just let guys be comfortable standing in the batter's box against you.
3 balls and a strike to the Chicago leadoff hitter.
That's a good job right there. You very rarely see pitchers double up where they go a pitch inside. Normally, they'll go back outside, but he followed that up with another pitch on the inside part of the plate.
The 3-1. In the air down the line in left. After it is McCutchen, but this will wind up being a foul ball. And this pitch misses here. It's ball 4, and they've got a leadoff base runner aboard to start the 9th.
The pitcher, number 60, Jason Adams.
Next to hit will be the pitcher, Jason Adam. A textbook sack bunt situation here. Gleyber Torres come on to pinch hit now with a runner at first and nobody out.
Number 25, Gleyber Torres.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Started to go there, and the appeal goes down to first, and he did go around, says James Kingsley. It's strike 1. Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball. One and one, here it comes. 2-1.
Sometimes you got to be aggressive offensively, but sometimes you just let the pitcher dig his own grave. Patience and discipline seem to be the way to go right here.
Nobody out, runner on first. High in the air out towards shallow right. Harper has a read on it. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Ketel Marte. He's homered and doubled in 4 trips, so he's definitely been a factor. Has a look, now the pitch.
Counts 1-0.
Now a ball lined to the left side, but this lands foul. It's a ball and a strike. The 1-1 home makes him swing and miss on a ball out of the zone for strike 2.
That's just a great pitch right there. Great execution. He just got that hitter to think that pitch was knee high. Nasty diving out of the zone.
Here comes the 1-2. Misses down below the knees.
Hey, they tried to tie him up on that last pitch, so I like that they went away with this one. The execution didn't work, but I like the idea behind it.
Lined hard toward right center. Harper is over to his right as he puts this one away. 2 down.
Now batting, the center fielder, Teoscar.
Up next, Teoscar Hernandez. He went deep earlier, and he's 2 for 4 to this point. He's set, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
For most people, being down 0-1 would seem like a lot, but this guy is such a good hitter. He doesn't care going deep in the count. He's got runners on base. He has a game plan every time he comes to the plate. Let's see how this one plays out.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2. Contreras leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. And here's a fastball on 0-2, but it misses. 1-2 now.
Stone cold take right there. That fastball very well could have sent him packing back to the bench.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
That's the human element of the game right there. Umpires are going to miss a couple calls. It's the pitcher's ability to stay composed and grind that's going to make him successful today.
The 2-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3. 1 left for the Cubs, and the lead stays at 8. It's 10-2. Kyle Ryan, the 6'5" left-hander, takes over on the mound now.
Number 57, Kyle.
Stepping up is Alec Bohm, starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
First pitch on its way. Oh, and 1, here it comes.
No, that's down.
Lifted in the air out to left field. Left fielder giving chase. He gets there and makes the play for the first out.
Now
stepping in once again is Bryce Harper. He flew out in his last AB.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
And that finds the outfield grass for a base hit.
I know the score's out of hand right here, but I've never met a big league ball player that's going to give away an at-bat in any game ever. Nice piece of hitting right there, staying within yourself and grabbing you a knock.
Into the box, Andrew McCutchen. And that one yanked just foul. He's 1 for 2 in this one. One and one to Andrew McCutchen. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and a sinker dips too low there, into the dirt in fact. The 2-1.
Ball inside.
Lifetime in this matchup. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. Runners on first with 1 down. Hit in the air down the right field line. And this will wind up a foul ball. Now the 3-2 pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards second. That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game. And that runner will hold up at second with 2 aboard now.
Chalk up another multi-hit game for this guy. He is absolutely on fire. He's been on a nice hot streak as of late, and I don't see it ending anytime soon.
At the plate, Ryan Mountcastle. A ball and no strikes. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Now the 1-0 is taken, strike 1. The 1-1 home. To 1-2 now. Has a look, now the pitch.
That's in. Ball 2.
Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Softly hit down to third, likely no shot at 2. Marte for 1. And nearly a double play. That was closer than I thought it would be, and the inning will continue. Here's Didi Gregorius. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. First delivery to him.
1-0.
Runners at the corners, 2 men out. Fouled away. Now the 1-1 pitch is in off the plate.
He's got a couple of pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. It might be time to take a step back and try to refocus on making some good pitches.
Now the 2-1.
Ball in.
Couldn't be a whole lot better situation to hit in now. 3-1, 2 on. He's got to be thinking he's going to get a pitch he can drive right here.
Runners on first and third, 2 away. Fouled off. Philly down to their last strike. Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. And he misses with it for ball 4. So the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
That is just a great at-bat there. When you're down late, you need base runners any way you can get them. And that never-say-die mentality could be the difference. We'll see how it plays out.
Now at the plate, here is Adam Hazley looking to cut into that big deficit they've got in front of them. First pitch of the AB on its way. Harper, the runner at third. Mountcastle at second. Gregorius on at first with 2 down. And this one will be fouled back in among the fans.
His heart sank right there when that ball met the bat, but just had him out front just enough to give him another shot at potentially putting him away.
Looking to leave him loaded.
He put himself in a good position, jumping ahead 0-2 with the bases loaded. Now we'll see if he can finish it off.
Hit hard on the ground to second. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. In to score, the runner from third.
The catcher, Austin Romine.
To the plate now, Austin Romine. 0-1 the count. Guerrero trying to get there, and this is going to be a foul ball. And that one cut a little too much. A ball and a strike. Now the 1-1 pitch. And this is in the air to right, and this should do it. The catch is made, and the Cubs will salvage at least the finale in this 3-game series as the ball game is over.
Wow, they were banging on all cylinders from the leadoff man to the number 9 guy, the order. They absolutely cruised to a 7-run victory. If it were only always that easy, right?
10-3 at the end of this contest. The Cubs put a 10 spot on the scoreboard in this one. Michael Kopech earns win number 7 on the season. So that will wrap things up. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Wackney, and our whole crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, head to theshow.com.